Welcome back. Haven't done a video for a little while, so I just thought I'd get back on it after a few weeks, or possibly a bit longer than that, doing a video. So just thought I'd do a bit of a race report from last week's nationals. I'm out on my own today as well. Mark's not feeling great, so a steady long run on my own, so I'm going to explore some new trails for us. But yeah, had nationals last week, come off the back of quite a few races. Week before that I had the Midland Road Relays, and the week before that I had the British Champs. But yeah, last week's nationals went pretty well. It took me a little while just to build back into my races a little bit after the cross-country season. Took me quite a while to recover after the British Champs, just that duathlon standard distance racing. Just if you don't do a few of them, I find now, for me personally, it just takes me a little while just to get back into it. So yeah, so last week we were up at Yorkshire. I drove up with Pete, who just lives locally, who did the Worlds with me last year. So we had a good drive up, about 3.5 hours I think it was. Yeah, so had a good ride, good drive up with Pete, and similar course to last year. The run course was slightly different, so I couldn't compare the runs necessarily, but the bike was pretty much the same route. So yeah, the first run went pretty well. I was sort of hovering between 10th and 15th, just sitting on the back of managed to get just on the back of one of the groups. There's a couple of guys up the road, and then there's a few others spread out, and then there's a group about 4 or 5 of us, including John Reed. Yeah, just tried to hang on to them, work hard. Went through 3 mile with them, pretty good. I think the first mile was about 5:08. Then I think we did a 5:20, 5:30. But yeah, first one was going well. Halfway, lost a bit of contact with them just after halfway, which is a bit of a shame, and just didn't quite have the legs to push on with them. I noticed it at the British Champs as well, so something I need to work on, whether I need to go out a little bit steadier, or just need to work on a little bit of that strength endurance, or just get a few more races under the belt perhaps, or maybe even just have the confidence to push on and dig in and hope my strength is there. So something to work on at Clumber in a few weeks. But first run went pretty well. Came into transition, got my gel down, and then I was having a few issues with my helmet. Couldn't quite get the clamp to close, a bit faffy, not sure what it was. I need to have a little bit of a look at it. So I probably lost 10-15 seconds, but got onto the bike, and at Yorkshire it's at Croft Circuit, so there's 3 laps on the track. Managed to catch a couple of guys who'd gone past me through transition, so got back to them, got past them on the bike, and then just got down, worked hard, got into my aero tuck. I've been really working hard on the bike the past few years. Let's make a big difference on my races. Starting to ride through rather than people riding past me, which is always nice. But yeah, so we did the first 3 laps, a little bit twisty on the circuit, but then we got out onto the road, and again just had a bit of confidence in my riding, which is great, and caught another guy the first few mile into the road section. I think one person came past me, younger age group, but he come past me pretty quickly, to be fair. But I just dug in. Yeah, it's a bit undulating on the road sections, very twisty, so it's quite difficult just to get your head down, and so you've got to be a bit careful on the Yorkshire loop. but I managed to get onto the back of someone else sort of about halfway through the loop. But at that point I just sat off the back. Obviously you can't draft, so I just give myself the distance and just relaxed a little bit, because you've got to put a good effort in sometimes to get past people on the road, and you only have, I can't remember, so many seconds to get past these people. So I just relaxed in a little bit for probably about 5 minutes or so. I had a bit of a gap behind me, and then sort of midway through the sort of ride loop, then I really pushed on again to sort of gap that guy. Then come back into the track section where I could see John up the road at that point, so I closed a bit of time up on him, but I couldn't quite get back to him on the runs on the bike section. So I sort of went into the run probably about 30 odd seconds down on John, and a little bit down on, I think it was 8th place. So I was quite pleased when I come off the run. Morning. So yeah, I was quite pleased when I came off that. Had a little bit of cramp in the thigh, on the left thigh, which wasn't ideal. So I just again lost a little bit of time in transition. I think all in all I probably lost 20 odd seconds to John through transitions, and to some of the quicker guys I probably lost about 30 seconds in transition. But came into the final run with about 20 seconds over 11th, and like I said, I was a bit down on 8th and 9th, but just got onto that final run, took the first half mile a bit easy, and then started to work into it, and actually ran negative splits on the run, which was great, and finished 10th in the end, 3rd in my age category, so another national medal. So I was really chuffed with that after last year's silver. I didn't know what to expect this year after my stellar year last year. Bike split was quicker than last year's bike split, so that's good, and just a bit of work to do on transitions, and hopefully just sort out that first run, get it a little bit more consistent, hopefully just second half of it just try and maintain a bit more speed and pace. But other than that, great run, great race. So like I said, yeah, I'm going to try and get out on some new loops today. So I'm heading over towards Blakedown, which is I've just gone through there, and I'm just heading out towards, hopefully, a place called Belbroughton, which in the summer they do like a really nice scarecrow festival with all the villagers making scarecrows for their gardens. So I'm going to head over the trails towards there in the most direct route I can, and then I think there's some trails over there that heads out towards the Kidderminster Way, which I've never run on, so hopefully today I can just try and explore some of them, so then me and Mark can then explore them a bit further in a few weeks when he's feeling a bit more healthy.